Hey everyone, I want to take you with me on a little journey, a first-person trip through a street food market during Ramadan. We're going to explore all the sights, the sounds, and of course the incredible flavors in those moments right before the sun sets.
And this really sets the scene, doesn't it? I mean, there's always a special energy to a Ramadan evening. But on the streets, well, something truly magical happens just before it's time to break the fast, Just before iftar. So yeah, let's dive into that magic before iftar. What does it actually feel like when you're right there in the middle of it all?
Okay, so just picture it, right? The sun's starting to dip, and suddenly the streets just come alive. People are pouring out of their homes, and there's this incredible buzz in the air. And the smell, the smell. It's just thick with spices and all this delicious fried food. You look around and the vendors are practically a blur. They're working so fast. It's this beautiful, kind of organized chaos, It really feels like the whole city is holding its breath, getting ready for this one single moment together.
All right, all that energy is really about one thing, the food. So let's kick off our tour and check out some of the savory stuff.
And boom, first stop, we hit the jackpot, pakoras. I mean, you can practically hear that sizzle as they drop into the hot oil, getting all golden and crispy. And yep, of course, there's already a line. So I got to talking with the vendor. Just had to ask him, how's business? And what he told me was just, wow. He sells 3 times more pakoras during Ramadan than at any other time of the year. 3. That just goes to show you how important these snacks are to the whole iftar tradition.
Well, I had to try one, and oh my goodness, they were perfect. Exactly what you want, right? Super crispy on the outside, still soft inside, and just bursting with flavor. What a way to kick things off. Okay, moving on, just a few feet away, another classic, samosas and rolls. The stall is just loaded with them. And what was really cool to see was entire families coming up and buying them, like by the bagful. Not just 1 or 2, but big bags to take home and share with everybody. Even though he was rushing like crazy, the vendor said this to me. And it just captures the whole vibe, doesn't it? Ramadan is the busiest but happiest time for us. It's not just a business transaction. For them, it's a time of joy, a time of connection. It really adds this whole other layer to what's happening here.
All right, we've had our savory fix. Now it's time for my favorite part, the sweets. Let's see what kind of refreshing treats they have for after a long day of fasting.
And my eyes were immediately drawn to this explosion of color. It was a fruit chart corner. They were mixing up fresh bananas, apples, all sorts of fruit with this tangy, sweet syrup. I gotta say, after all that fried stuff, this looked like the perfect antidote. Kinda healthy, but still sweet and super refreshing.
But come on, let's be real. You can't have a proper street food tour, especially during Ramadan, and not get a real traditional dessert. That's just not allowed.
And there it was, the holy grail, these gorgeous, golden, swirly jalebis. You could see them glistening because they were fresh out of the hot oil and just soaking in sugar syrup. You could see tons of people grabbing them, definitely planning for that perfect sweet bite after iftar.
Okay, so as I'm walking around, taking all this in, something starts to change. The entire mood of the street is about to shift. We're going from all this busy energy to something much more profound.
So there I am, bag of treats in hand, surrounded by all the noise and chatter of the market, and then a new sound starts to cut through everything else.
It was the adhan, the call to prayer. It echoed out from a mosque nearby, signaling that the sun had set. It was time. And that sound, it just washed over the entire street.
And the change was instant. It was incredible. All that rushing around, it just stopped. People just found a spot to sit, some right there on the curb, and quietly started to break their fast. The whole street, which was so loud and busy just a second ago, felt completely silent. It was this beautiful, shared moment of peace. Just amazing to see.
And in that moment, it really clicked for me. This whole thing, it's about so much more than just the food.
Yeah, that contrast is really what it's all about. What it looks like is just a bustling street food tour, right? But what it feels like, that's something else entirely. It's a feeling of community, of sharing, of joy. It's this collective experience that just ties everybody together.
And this quote just nails it. Every stall, every smile, and every plate of food tells a story of Ramadan. It really hit me that every little thing, the vendor's smile, the sizzling oil, every single plate of food, it's all part of this bigger story. A story about faith, community, and celebration.
This whole experience was just such a great reminder of how food can connect us. So I want to leave you with a question. What's your favorite iftar street food? What's the one that tells a story for you?